Okay, today's lesson is on how to make websites accessible. Accessibility refers to making websites and web products usable for people with visual, auditory, motor, and other disabilities. Examples of accessibility features for software products and websites include screen reader support, text equivalents for graphics, keyboard shortcuts, change of display colors to high contrast, and various other things. Really, you can't, there's no authoring tool that automates the development process for web accessibility. It's something that the designer has to just deliberately plan and develop and evaluate in the website development process. There are some things that you need to be aware of and do. For instance, you need to know how to go to the preferences option. I want everybody to put their cursor in a random place on their digital portfolio. And the way that we get to your preferences is go to Edit Preferences. Edit Preferences. And this dialog box opens up. And you'll see in the categories, the second one down is accessibility. You'll notice that all of those should be checked. Okay, make sure all of those are checked. And it says show attributes when inserting. So anytime a form, frame, media, or image comes up, those things are hard for disabled people to see. So you are going to click OK to ensure that all of those things are open. Show accessibility attributes. All right, so for pictures, I know that images, when you go to insert image, you automatically go find your image, and then you get, let me go find an image. Once you put in an image, your image tag accessibility attribute comes up, and you type in your alternate text, and if you have a longer description of that text, you are welcome to put that there as well. That's for images. You can also insert a table. Go to Insert Table, and then you can specify down here under Accessibility a caption for your table and a summary of the table, which would be very helpful when a person is trying to understand what the table is all about and navigate the table. Also, creating accessible forms is very easy to do. Go ahead and click Cancel on Insert Form. I'm going to delete my image too. Insert, then go to Form. When you click on Insert Form, you've got a form there, but when you insert specific options such as a text field, Insert Form text field, you have an ID and a label to provide for those that need information, along with shortcut keys as well. This is the access key down here. Allows you to also set the tabs when you input forms. Would have to create a big form for me to show you how to do that, but just know that those are all accessibility issues. There is also accessibility validation that you can use for your website, and you go to, let me show you the website there. It's going to be www.wai-rc/tools. Okay, This is Web Accessibility Evaluation Tools list. And this is a website that will show you different testers that will see if your website is accessible. Also, I mean, things like color wheels to help you determine what text backgrounds are good for people that are colorblind. And I'll see, you can just scroll down and look at some of those. And it helps you get an idea of the sort of stuff that you need to think about when you're creating your website. A lot of it is for large print. You need to make sure that you can, for text alternatives, you have large print, braille, speech, symbols, and simpler language. Some people can't understand all of the high-level language on websites, so you can, I guess you would call it dumb down the language. Use it more on a lower reading level. Okay, so you also need to think about the other areas, how to meet accessibility requirements. Time-based media, which is like audio only or video only, audio and video, and then sometimes the interaction with audio video, notating things like a voiceover on a video. All of those things can cause lots of confusion. And so what you may do is you may pause the video and allow time for the voiceover to be typed, or you can have the video play and then type the have closed captioning along with the voiceover. Another thing is you need to make it adaptable, your website adaptable, so that your content can be presented in different ways. For example, a simpler layout. It needs to be distinguishable for other users to see and hear content. So, for instance, like the foreground and the background being separated from each other. You also need to make your website keyboard accessible so that your website is completely functionable without a mouse. Okay, because some people aren't able to use their mouse. Provide users enough time to read and use content before you change the move on to a different page if it's timed. Also, there are certain things, flashing lights, a lot of animation can cause seizures. There are other things that can cause seizures, so don't put that on your website. Make sure that you provide users a way to navigate, find content, and determine where they are easily. Make sure your navigation's very, very user-friendly. Make your text content readable and understandable. Make web pages appear and operate in predictable ways. Have other people look at your website and give you feedback. Input assistance, help users avoid and correct mistakes. Also, compatibility. Make your website compatible with current and future user agents, including assistive technologies. If you are not disabled and you don't have much contact with people that are disabled, you know, this may not be something that is at the forefront of your mind when creating a website, but make sure that you know and understand that this is a huge issue, a very, very big issue for creating web pages, and make sure that you make a conscious effort to learn in this area so that you can make your websites accessible. All right, that's all I got for accessibility.